Hi guys, my name is Mark Angelo Idagdagan from the College of Nursing, and today I'm going to discuss all about the endotracheal tube suctioning. So, for the purposes of this procedure, number 1 is to maintain a patent airway and remove pulmonary secretions, blood, vomitus, or foreign material from the airway. Second one is to help patients breathe more freely and to get more oxygen into the body. For the assessment, there are 4 things that we need to consider in assessing the patient. Number 1, we must assess client's level of consciousness and level of knowledge and understanding. Second one is assess client's vital sign, breath sounds, and sign and symptoms of respiratory distress. Third one, assess for pain and the potential to cause pain during the intervention. And lastly is to assess appropriate suction catheter depth. Next one is the planning. Upon doing this procedure, we need to prepare and gather the materials that is needed. So, here are the following materials that we need to prepare. Next one is the procedure. So, the first thing that we need to do is check and verify the doctor's order. Second one is identify the patient with 2 identifiers and explain the procedure. Third one is do hand washing, put PPE if indicated, and then close curtains around bed and close the door to the room if possible to provide privacy to the patient. And then, we must determine the need for tracheostomy care, assess patient's pain, and administer pain medication if indicated. Explain what you are going to do and the reason to the patient even if the patient does not appear to be alert. Reassure the patient you will interrupt procedure if he or she indicates respiratory difficulty. Hi ma'am, good morning po. We are going to do suctioning po in order po to remove secretion and maintain your airway pattern. This procedure may be unpleasant and frightening po pero it can ease up your breathing. Next is we must adjust bed to comfortable height and then lower side rails in order for us to have comfort. Then, we must position the client. If conscious patient is we must position them in semi-Fowler's position, and if unconscious, we must position them in sideline position. Then, place towel or waterproof pad across patient chest. Next one is turn suction machine, and then turn suction to appropriate pressure. After that, we must put a disposable clean glove and occlude the end of the connecting tubing to check suction pressure. Place the connecting tubing in a convenient location. If using, place resuscitation bag connected to oxygen within convenient reach if using. Next thing that we need to do is open a sterile suction package using aseptic technique. Then, put on face shield or goggles and mask and put sterile gloves. Then, with dominant glove hand, pick up sterile catheter. Pick up the connecting tubing with the non-dominant hand and connect the tubing and suction catheter. And, moisten the catheter by dipping it into the container of sterile saline. Unless it is a silicone catheter, occlude wide tube to check suction. And then, hyperventilate the patient using your non-dominant hand and a manual resuscitation bag and deliver 3 to 6 breaths. Open the adapter on the mechanical ventilator tubing or remove the manual resuscitation bag with your non-dominant hand. And using your dominant hand, gently and quickly insert the catheter into the trachea. And apply suction by intermittently occluding the Y port on the catheter with the thumb of your non-dominant hand and gently rotate the catheter as it being withdrawn. Then, hyperventilate again the patient, then flush catheter with saline. Note that, allow at least 30 seconds to 1 minute interval if additional suctioning is needed. And then, limit the suctioning up to 3 times in order to prevent complication. After the procedure, remove gloves and discard it into proper ways. And then, assist patient to a comfortable position and raise bed rail to provide safety to the patient. Then, turn off suction, remove face shield or goggles and mask and perform hand hygiene. Over oral hygiene after suctioning, and reassess patient respiratory status, including respiratory rate, effort, oxygen saturation, and lung sound. And remove additional PPE if used and perform hand hygiene. Then, document observation and procedure.